Do not find your hot girl makeup by just copying TikTok trends or copying someone else's best look. You build it by mastering certain things about product or your face or your application. That's how you get hot girl makeup. If you're new here, hi, my name is Miss Megan. I've been doing makeup for 15 years. 13 of them I worked for MAC. I'm no stranger to different styles of makeup, feelings of makeup, vibes of makeup. And I've worked on developing my own personal style, my own personal look for a very long time. So what you see today that I do consistently did not happen overnight. In this video today, I'm gonna be doing one of my hot girl eyes. I'm going to give you my 3 secrets about why you're still not quite there yet. If you want to learn about them, please keep on watching. I'm gonna start off with my eyebrows. My best brow combo, 24-hour eye base Pro Locked brow gel. Someone had just asked me the other day, oh, can you do another, hot girl makeup look? I said, sure. I haven't worn like a dark smoky eye in a while, or it feels like a while. I'm gonna do some version of that. Timmery also sent me a bunch of shades, so we might use one of those today too, which I'm really excited about. So when I want to feel my best, when I want to feel the most Miss Megan ever, hottest girl in the room, but equally doesn't care, I always fall back on like my makeup. So whenever you have like a really important date, like a really important thing that you're doing, that is not the time to experiment. You should be elevating like your hot girl makeup. And the thing with that is it's not about being trendy either. Like, just because you can execute something that just like went viral, or I don't know, one of those like similar looks that you see all over the place that are just associated by like someone really popular or a bunch of views, like that doesn't make it hot girl makeup, unfortunately. It's makeup on a hot girl. It's not hot girl makeup. And that's the thing, is because hot girl makeup at its core is what makes you feel confident, and it's stylized to you and it makes you feel sexy, but not arrogant. Okay, so I have another side quest. This is Big Sister Megan talking to some of you. Confidence is quiet. So some people associate like feeling hot and looking hot with all of a sudden being like very extra, and not in a good way. And usually what happens in those scenarios, as soon as the makeup comes off, that whole like persona is gone. And like, that's why it's not at the core hot girl makeup, because you should still feel the same exact way with or without makeup on. It does a little something extra to you when you have it on. Half the battle too is actually being honest with yourself. Like, if there's anything that you're gonna take away from this video, I want you to actually think about your confidence level and actually think about where it is and where it's coming from. And a lot of you aren't being as honest as you could be, which is kind of like preventing you from going further. I've been in scenarios where like I've been talking to people and they say that like they're not as confident as they want to be with their makeup, and then when their makeup's not on, they don't feel as pretty. And then I ask about their just like confidence in general. I'm gonna put 24-hour base on my eye too. They'll say like their makeup's okay, but they want to be better at it, and they feel more confident in makeup than without. And so when I'm like talking to them, I'm asking, okay, but like what about when your makeup's not on? Like, you don't want to wash the confidence off. They're like, oh no, I'm really confident. Well, you just said you weren't. So there's like reasons why these things are happening. And a lot of this has happened because you aren't actually like connected and associated to your makeup look, because again, you're putting on random product. You don't like your collection. You're doing this like cookie cutter kind of like makeup style, regardless of what that actually looks like. So there's no connection to it. So when you put it on, it's not actually like attaching to you. Makeup is wearing you, you are not wearing it. So I'm kind of dying to put on Holo 31, but I'm also kind of dying to put on Holo 33. I think for funsies, I'm gonna focus on this side of my palette, because why not? Before we get into the eye, if you are into makeup, you want to get into makeup, you don't really know where to start, you can join my free Skool community. The link is in my description below. It's totally free to join, and it's set up so you guys can learn everything that you need to know about like the basics of applying makeup. So if you're looking for a fresh start in makeup, come to the right place. You can hit the link in my description to join. This is Cork Eyeshadow. So secret number 1 is that you want to feel confident, but you're still like guessing what you're doing. So you're like, yeah, today I want to look hot and sexy, but the whole process that you're putting yourself through, that like trial and error kind of moment, or like messing up your makeup or trying to guess at how to make like certain things work, that is doing something to you. And confidence doesn't come from change either. It comes from like repetition. Keep doing the same thing, keep getting better at it day by day, little by little. When you start like changing your products too much, changing up your looks too much, or not knowing like what you're supposed to be changing, or not changing in a way that's like more flattering to you, you don't feel good. It's either not, you're screwing up, you're getting frustrated with yourself, it's not looking as good as it can. And over time, so think about that. If you've been doing makeup your whole life, or you've been doing makeup since 2016, that's many, many years. If you're, especially if you're doing it every single day, that you're not like elevating yourself. This is a BK Beauty 201 brush. And then I'm gonna go in, this is my favorite eyeshadow brush to apply like shadow down like thick. It's the 242 from MAC. I'm gonna take the shade called Illuminaughty. So it has just like, it's a black that has a bit of shine to it. You can't feel good. I'm not even doing this with a mirror. And straight up, you can't feel good in makeup that you don't know how to wear. Like, I've had days where something's been like slightly off. Maybe I didn't blend something the way I wanted to. Maybe the colors like that I had in my head like didn't get executed correctly. And I can tell you with my full chest that I was like so hyper aware of the mistake I made or like what it was doing on my skin. Here's an example. Here's an example. Story time. I'm gonna take a bit of Cork on a 221. Last January, I was in New York City and I was at Ulta in Times Square, and I was testing out like that day. I was wearing the Natasha Denona concealer, and I've been out all day. And I was like, no, go to Ulta tomorrow. You don't need to go today. But I was like already there, so I'm like, okay, cool. And then 3 of you guys had like come up to say hi to me, and I was so hyper aware that my concealer looked like garbage. It was like all I could think about when I left. I'm like, they're gonna see how crepey that concealer looked, and I swear to God it wasn't me. Like, I wanted to say like, I swear to God this is not how my concealer normally looks. So like those types of things happen and they're normal. So you can imagine over time how much that could like weigh on you or weigh on you subconsciously. Because then like in that moment, I'm generally not thinking about what other people think about me in a way that's going to like affect me or change something. But think about if you're not like that and you're constantly every day concerned about what people think about you because of like makeup mistakes you're making that you could actually fix. If there's anything that I think about, I'm always like hyper aware that I have a lot of makeup on, where I walk into settings where I'm like, oh, my makeup face has just entered the room. But generally, I'm just like off in my own head. I'm an Aquarius. I've talked about this too with benchmark brands as well. When your routine is grounded in structure, whether that's like the specific placement you're doing or the product you're using or how you use the products or what brushes use what products, like whatever that case may be, when you go to experiment, it has meaning. You're able to experiment, you're able to know what's wrong, you're able to course correct. That's something that I've noticed. So for the members that have been in my paid school community in the revival, those that have been there for, I would say like 5 months now, one of the biggest improvements they've like collectively made as a group is their ability to course correct, their ability to see where something's going wrong and know how to fix it, versus like prior to working with me, it was like, well, I'm going to take it off and start all over again. And those are big wins. Confidence is not about being like the loudest person in the room or being rude. Your confidence needs to exist like no matter what you do. This is obviously the Melt Black Onyx liner. I'm just lining a little bit. Now let's get into Timmery. So let's use Holo 33 today. I have Infinite Baths by Sleep Token. This, okay. These are all the words that just came into my mind. Halloween, Monster, Munch, Smarties, and like one of those cookies, you know, that has everything in it, like things, like it has Oreo and Smarties and, you know, like weird stuff all together, like everything but the kitchen sink. That's what this is. Do you see all the fun colors in that? That's what that looks like. And then we're gonna, ooh, that's like a beautiful, just like chocolatey brown. So we're gonna zoom in good. I wanna use my finger for this, so I'm gonna attempt that. Can you see? Yeah. This is an extreme, oh my God, I love that. Like the blend that just naturally like happens. I want to use these. Oh my God, it blends in. Okay, this is an extreme shard. Yeah. I just want to use it wet really quickly and see what happens. I'm just wetting a brush with Fix Plus, and oh my God, I already know this is gonna be delicious. Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. I'm gonna do another, I even think I like, see if I can really. I'm telling you right now, this is where like Benchmark Brands, watch my videos on that if you don't know what it is. When I look at this, I'm excited, I'm inspired, I want to frolic. I want to frolic through a field. I feel like myself when I like look at stuff like this. It makes me very happy. Because of my nails, I'm just gonna go straight in on this other eye. Oh my God, they're even better wet. And then you could do, oh my God, you could just do so much with these. I just don't understand, like I would never think of this color combo. It's black with like every type of, or it's brown with like every type of Smarty shell. That is crazy beautiful. But we're gonna take it up a notch. And like Timmery Cosmetics is a one-woman show, okay? This is the one that she said she made in Reminds, it's a newer one, Reminds Her of Me. I'm about to blow your freaking mind. This is Holo 31. I'm gonna use this one wet because I haven't used it wet, I've only used it dry. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the way that that's just good. That's crazy because it's so worked into the base that you're only gonna catch that on like a certain angle. But like straight on, you can't really tell. I wonder, so they absorb differently when they're wet, which is really cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Now, I'm gonna take this extreme shard and I'm gonna crush it as much as possible. I'm just gonna tap it over the edges. Oh, my nail's in the way. Wasn't thinking, wasn't paying attention. Yeah, do you see? Now it's more, that's what we wanted. That's the pastels. Yeah, so that's phenomenal. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Cork. I'm gonna just reline the eye. So secret number 2 is that you guys cannot customize looks that you do not understand. What I mean by that is you can't decide you want to try a bunch of different new looks or change up things in your look when you haven't actually mastered like the basics of your own face. And again, I think like a large, reason some of this happens too is because you're thinking about, oh, well, like I wish my cheeks looked better, or I wish, I looked more contoured. So let me go buy the best formula I can find. You could have the best everything. You could actually have the best technique. You could have the best products. You have the best skin. You could have the best everything. But if you actually don't know how to see your own face and understand how to make the adjustments, that's where you're gonna struggle. I'm just blending out the bottom with Cork. So like the way that I teach makeup and the way that I like do my own makeup, the technique behind it, like the Miss Megan way, is about being able to know your placement and know how to adjust things for you, adjust as your face changes, adjust as your formulas that you like to use and your products you like to use. Like knowing how to make those changes is the key to like my way of doing makeup, and that's what I teach. Trends don't teach you placement, and I know some of you, because you've said it to me, like I'll just keep watching your content and I'll learn. But if that was the case, it's funny, I just had a 1-to-1 and I'm blending out the way that she was blending out, like that didn't feel like my hand, and that was exactly how she was doing it. That was very strange. Even if you're learning like the most from a creator, whether it's myself or someone else, the skill that you need in order to make sure that you never have to struggle doing your makeup again is how to adapt. And that can't be taught through watching a video. Trends and watching content teach you like very generic placement, but it's still not the best for you. I'm gonna take a little bit of Carbon and I'm just gonna pop this in here. Ooh, yeah. And this is the thing, makeup can seem hard to look, or you could be like really frustrated at this point. Like this point in your journey, or it could seem like it's impossible. That's because you haven't learned the skills you need to be able to adapt things to make them faster for you, to make them easier for you. I'm gonna buff a little bit of just like, ooh, yeah. Okay, I need to get a makeup wipe. Oh, I'm really into this. I feel like we could even add like a little bit more black or pull out the shape a little bit. Before we get into secret number 3, if you want to hit the reset button on makeup as you have known it, make sure you hit the link in my description and join my free Skool community. I have set this up for you guys in a way that you will have all the basics you need to actually understand the techniques themselves. You'll be able to understand the actual just like core basics of makeup. So you're either gonna get like a refresher on stuff you might already know, or it's gonna be an entirely new thing for you, or it's gonna be an elevation. You're gonna be around like-minded people who are just as makeup obsessed. So we only let in a certain amount of people per day. Don't miss out and hit the link in my description and join for free. So let's get into secret number 3. So secret number 3 is that you haven't said yes. You haven't said yes to the things that you love. You haven't committed to them. The one thing you may have committed to, I think if I was to pick for you guys, like what the most popular thing is, you've committed to your mascara, right? Mascara is like kind of that core product for people, and they're like your favorite lipstick. Those 2 things you've committed to because they're probably things that you've never changed, don't want to change, want to wear all the time. You need that across the board when it comes to the product, the way you apply makeup, your brushes, like all of it. Once you have the Miss Megan way of working with your face, then you can find your signature. And every single person can have a signature look. But the thing is that most people don't slow down enough to create it. Like you aren't spending enough time. The amount of people I see, one of the big things that I see is people stopping their makeup too soon. So they're like, oh my God, this looks like garbage, or like this didn't, hold up the way I wanted it to, or this didn't look end up looking the way I wanted to. And I'll be like either watching stuff 1-to-1, or like I can tell in a picture when somebody stopped something. And I'm like, well, you had to keep going. Like you didn't finish. So you can't get a signature look when you haven't slowed down enough to like create it, but then also see it all the way through. One of my like personal signature things about my makeup is that it's 24-hour eye base, because I do not want my eyeshadows mixing into like a solid base. I need to see them mixed into my skin. And I use the 224 brush, which is like fluffier, because I know it's gonna wear down the shadow more and not pack it on. Like that's very specific to me, and that's always gonna be the lead into all of my eyeshadow looks. Or like I'll use Kayla for example. Her 24-hour eye base has to be dry so that the colors build on top of it and like don't mix into her skin. And like she's always gonna put soft brown in her crease. Like that's her signature. And sometimes it can be as simple as that, but that's also what like makes the look like a Miss Megan look like a Kayla look. But I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You're not supposed to want to just copy anybody you see. You're not supposed to want to look like me. You're not supposed to want to look like her. You want to take elements of things and make them yours. And yes, for some of you, it could be soft brown in the crease, but you get what I'm saying. This is just extended play. Oh my God, I love this. Ooh, Cork is such a good eyeshadow. I'm going to deepen in here. I think we can take the eye up a smidge, because I used this color yesterday. This one here is Blizzart. It's the prettiest like silver with like a little bit of blue. I'm gonna try and pick this one up dry, but like the blue is so fine. Like I feel like we can just pump it up right here. Yeah. Just to like melt them together a little bit. I'm gonna spray Fix Plus. I'm gonna go lashless today because I've been liking these Timmery shadows with like, I just like to see texture. That's what I'm into this week. And I'm just gonna do another pass of Cork. Yeah. Let's get the light in this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, all under the same name, at Miss Megan Robinson. Let me know in the comments below, what is one of your like signature makeup products that you cannot stop using and you've been using forever? I have many, but let me know what yours is. If you're ready to reset your makeup game, make sure you hit the link in my description and join my Skool community. It is free to join. Don't be late for school, and I will see you next time. Bye.